If I had a magic wand and I hit you on the head and there was a secret wish that you could have that we could get done today, help you with, what would it be? That's the thing. But you are not here simply to get better. That's way too vague, and it's not going to be powerful enough for you to make a change. So I want you to be as specific as you can be. Now, some of you are like, I don't, well, walk through it. But I got to get you to thinking in this way, right? Now, which brings us to this clip, right? One of my, as you know, you guys are regulars here. I mean, you know how important mindset is to me and to us. This is one of my favorite. This is how scary I am. I have 186 of these on my computer. 186. Garrett, the other day, I have 2 computers, and he took one of my computers. He goes, hey, Dad, can I have this for a week? And he's doing some stuff. He does all the social media now stuff, right? He goes, Dad, you have over 100 of these mindset things on your computer that takes up all the space. And I'm like, I'm not playing any games on my computer. I'm not playing Fortnite or whatever the things you do, right? Right? My computer isn't a gaming computer. It's used for this. And I go, and by the way, it's 186. And he goes, you're weird. And I'm like, well, thank you very much. So I got my endorsement of my son, right? So now I'm going to show you, this is one of my favorites. Now, it's Matthew McConaughey. Some of you have seen this. I know you've seen this. You've seen this. If you've been in the summer program, you've seen this. However, I think it's incredible because here's the message. First, well, basically the message is this. Know who you are. Know who you are. It's just so important. What kind of pitcher, if I ask you, what kind of pitcher are you? There's so many people like, know who you are, right? I'm a fastball, I'm a sinker slider person. My changeup is the pitch that I go, you need to know who you are. And the reason this is so important, parents, is you're going to go out into the real world out there, and sometimes it's not very nice. And if you don't know who you are, there's going to be a whole bunch of people that are going to tell you who you should be. And it may not be who you really should be, right? So when I started the Texas Baseball Ranch, how many people went, that's a great idea? 0. My whole family went, that's what? My sister went, the Texas Baseball Ranch? That's one of the dumbest ideas. That'll never work. Now she loves to come here. Now my comment is, I didn't, since I knew who I was and who I wanted to be and where I didn't take offense to that. And I didn't get distracted by that. I knew what I wanted to do, right? Now, I know you may not be there yet as I was, because I was 40-some years old when I had the vision of the Texas Baseball Ranch. So I had a lot of life under me. But if I can teach you one thing, and that is to really study who you are. So when someone says to you to do something, you know if it fits or not. Does it fit you? Right? That's important. I've never known an evil baseball coach. I've known some guys that are not so nice, but I've never known an evil one. In other words, I've never met a baseball coach go, man, I think I can really screw this kid up. Never. They give information with the very best of intentions, don't they? And to how well does that sometimes work? Anybody, don't raise your hand. Anybody here been taken backwards by well-intending advice? Absolutely. The only way you can minimize that is to know who you are. I had this conversation with Trevor Bauer several years ago. I guess now it's been more like 15 years ago. But I said, Trevor, if you really know who you are, you can listen to everyone and be able to pull things that really help you and push away things that don't, and put on the back burner with things that you go, that's interesting. Most people are either one or the other on the other extremes. Either they're like, I'm not listening, I'm not listening, I'm not listening. And they don't hear the things that they could improve on. Maybe you know a teammate like that, maybe that's you, right? I'm not going to listen to that. Then you have the other extreme that if people said, wear purple socks, it'll help you pitch better. And you're like, okay, here I go, right? And so they end up to be always chasing the next thing, and they're always reinventing themselves, and they're just, and I see coaches do this all the time. Let's change your arm slot. My question is, why? Give me a good reason, and I'll listen to you, but just change your arm slot for no particular reason, that doesn't make any sense to me. If you really know who you are, you're going to be able to resist that, and you're going to be able to listen to everybody and be able to discern what you should take from that and what you should leave alone. And that's a skill, by the way, gentlemen, that supersedes baseball. Know who you are. So Jessica, if somebody says, hey, this cigarette, smoking a cigarette's really cool, you'd be like, excuse me, I don't think so, right? Because you know that part, and no matter how much somebody goes, cigarettes, no, really, they're really good for you. You'd go, no, thank you. It's the same thing with everything else, right? So know who you are as a thrower. Know who you are as a pitcher.